Brooklyn, how much is your first wholesale deal?
$18,000.
Woo! Congrats.
Thank you.
And where did it came from? From what lead source?
I was driving for dollars.
D for D.
Yep.
And how long did it took you to make that 18K?
We closed on August the 3rd, and I got it under contract on July the 12th. So a little bit over 2 weeks. I had a little bump in the road.
Yeah.
But I was able to resolve it and everything.
So about 2 weeks or so?
Yeah.
So 18,000 in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad payday.
Yep, not a bad.
you guys, what is up, family? So welcome back with another subscriber first wholesale deal interview today. We got Brooklyn on. Brooklyn, are you from New York?
No, I'm from Dallas.
Dallas, Texas?
Yep.
Yeah, Brooklyn, my wife and I were actually thinking about possibly buying like a Airbnb in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because houses price, it seems very reasonable. I'm not sure about Dallas, but house seems to be pretty reasonable as far as in like price wise, right?
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, lately it's been kind of up there, but it's not that bad, especially if you find a deal.
Gotcha. So what does the average house go for around Dallas right now? Let's just say a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet or so. Brand new.
Brand new? I'm not sure about brand new. I know like in my area, since I'm still kind of new,
sure,
I would say about 3,000. No,
wait,
350,000 to 400,000.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad at all. So in my area, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. Obviously, depend on the neighborhood, but you're looking for probably close to at least $500,000 or so, 500K. Yep. Wow. So I think that I like Texas a lot better than here. And now this is not like new construction. These are just like remodel. Okay. Really? Yeah. New construction in my area, you're probably looking more around the 650 to possibly 700,000.
Oh my God.
Yep. So I might be moving to Texas and see ya.
Sounds good.
You guys, welcome here. So anyways, obviously you guys get your pen, get your paper ready. I'm going to have Brooklyn drop all the bomb and let you guys know exactly through the entire process. There is no secrets. She's not going to hold anything back. She's going to give it all to you. The only thing she won't be able to give to you is the WOR, the K, right?
Yeah.
So Brooklyn, tell people a little bit about kind of your background, you know, kind of where you started and then how you got into the whole wholesaling game and then lead into obviously your first deal and all that.
Okay, so at first, so when I was 12 years old, I started reselling sneakers like Jordans and
oh, yeah. So you're a hustler already at a young age.
Yeah, so I've been hustling ever since I was young.
I love it.
I built up a brand and everything called BGB Kicks, and
wait. What's the brand?
BGB Kicks.
BGB
Kicks.
Kicks like KICKS.
Yeah, that's right.
Shoes.
Yep.
Okay. Dang. Hustler. I love it. So Brooklyn, you're kind of like that Gary Vee thing. You're basically born an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where I started, and then I knew I wanted to get into real estate, but obviously I thought I needed money to get into real estate. You know, I thought I was at a point where I was saving up to buy a rental property or something like that. I actually texted one of my mentors that I had asked him, could he lead me into the right direction of like a multi-family home, because I heard that was one of the best ways to make income and everything. Yep. But still, I didn't know anything about it.
Yep.
And then after that, I realized that I had to
wait. I'm sorry to interrupt, Brooklyn, but what I want to know is, what did your mentor say? Because I want to know if this is the right mentor or not here.
Well, I just told him that that's what I wanted to do just because I heard about it. And he was like, well, I could find you one, because he is a wholesaler as well.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I can find you one. And we never really went through with it
Sure.
because I had to get my taxes in order and stuff like that
Yep.
before I can even do something like that. So I
Gotcha.
started getting my taxes in order, and they're in order now, but they weren't in order at the time when I asked him. So
I
I
gotcha.
never went through with it. So
Gotcha. So, Cole, the thing is, I think a mentor is not just someone who you ask and then they give you whatever it is that you want. I think a mentor, now listen, I'm not disrespecting your mentor or anything like that.
yeah,
But I'm saying the right mentor is someone who know what is good for you at your current situation. Brooklyn, if you would have hit me up and say that, I would say, Brooklyn, wake up. I would have said, Brooklyn, do you have a business in place? Do you have a business that can pump you 10, 20, 30 G's a month yet? If the answer is no, what are you talking about buying passive income? Right? Like I get so many people just all caught up in the passive income. Dude, but you need active income. So, Brooklyn, I want you to remember this. So that way you don't get distracted.
Okay.
First, you got to build your cash cow before you buy your cash flow. Remember that. First, you want to build your cash cow before you want to buy your cash flow. Because if you do the other way around, it's going to slow your life down. Because you got to understand that the passive income game, Brooklyn, one, it's going to tie up a lot of your capital, but you're getting what? $250 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, but you need a lot of units. But in that meantime, you could have taken the 18 G's or 20 G's or 30 G's, pump it back into your business, and your business can making you $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I never went through with it.
Okay, good.
A few months later, he texted me and he started this. He wasn't my mentor at the time, by the way, when I asked him about the multifamily. Like,
Nice.
he was just a friend.
Cool.
And then he reached out to me and he was like, hey, I'm doing a course on fix and flip and wholesaling and, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, had no idea what this was about. So, of course, I started Googling it, looking up YouTube videos. And I'm like, what is this about? And then he was like, do you want to do the course and I can teach you? He was like, I promise you'll make the money back that the course costs, which was $600. And
okay. So Brooklyn, I'm gonna stop you because I think everybody that watches needs to understand what this real world is about. So this is a friend of yours that's also kind of like mentoring you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he hits you back up and he wants you to obviously pay for the course or whatever, the training class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, you guys, I believe in self-education 100%. I wouldn't be here where I'm at if I didn't pay $25,000 or $100,000 for my mentor. I believe in that. But I want you guys to understand the real world. The real world is everybody out there want to get your money. You got to be smart. I want you to understand, like, nobody's going to watch your back. You got to watch your own back. And hear me out when I say this. And listen, I'm saying this not to say that I'm good, I'm great, I'm a good person. None of that. But I want you guys to understand, all right? Just don't be so gullible and jump into things. So I did a meet and greet in Seattle, Washington, right? And this guy came up and he done crypto, and he make about $5,000 or so a month in crypto trading, and he'd been doing it for 4 years. And Brooklyn, he came up to me and he said, Khang, I want to get into wholesaling. I love to join you and this and all that. You know what I told him, Brooklyn? I said, it could have been so easy for me to sell him to hey, join my coaching program, it's so easy, right? Because he's already there. But I said, listen, dude, knowing what I know today, the best thing that you can do for yourself, that you can go from like wherever you are to like 100,000 a year or $1 million a year, is take your existing skill set, your existing business that you already got, and then just build a brand. Because you got to understand, once you know, it takes you 4 years to know how to trade crypto to make $5,000 a month. And also now you jump into a whole different business. Basically now, dude, you're starting from scratch again. So you got to go through the learning curve, the education again. Why would you want to do that? So it could take you another year, year and a half to actually start making money from this new business. Why don't you take your existing knowledge that you already got and you're not doing anything different, so it's not going to affect your schedule too much. And all you need to do is create content, teach people doing what you do. And if there's people that likes you and follow you, they're going to pay for your whatever it is, course, mentorship, coaching, consultants. You can do affiliate. It just opened up so many more stream of income. And that's exactly what I told him to do. So what I'm saying is a lot of times when you're out in this real world, just know, just don't, right? Just know that everybody is after. There's intent. There's everybody has an intention. You just want to make sure if that's a good intention or a bad intention. That's all. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying about.
Okay, good, because
there's a lot
I
of
know
courses that scam people out there, and I've heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Brooklyn, I know you're a hustler. You're hustling since 12, so you probably run around this more than I am. Let's rock and roll. So, yep, just keep going. I'm sorry.
Where did I leave off? So yeah,
Sorry.
I joined the course, and then
Nice.
He taught me about it, and I started the next day. I started cold calling, like, but I only did like 20 people, and I actually got I got somebody on the phone who was ready to sell, and I actually got to walk the property the next day. Like, I cold called one day and I walked the property the next day.
Nice.
But he never accepted my offer or anything like that. But it was a good learning experience for me because I didn't know anything about what I really didn't know anything about, like, how much this costs to get fixed, how much this costs to get fixed. So my mentor, he did tell me, hey, that costs about this much, this costs about that much. So that was a lot of help for me. And after that, I pretty much I didn't like cold calling, and I put it off for about 3 weeks. So I joined his course about the beginning of June, and I put it off for about 3 weeks. And then at the beginning of July, I was like, okay, I'm really going to do this. I said, but I don't really like to cold call by myself. I was like, I'd rather send out a text or something like that. So then that's when I was like, okay, I'm just going to start driving for dollars. And that's where I came upon this deal about 12 days later when I started really, really, getting into it. And I texted this guy and I was like, hey, I was looking at your property. Are you interested in selling? And he was like, yes, I am. I have somebody coming tomorrow. They're offering me $250. And I was like, well, can I come today? Like, I was trying to get in there,
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, come on. You can come after I get off of work. And it was like 6:30 or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So we set that up. I got to his house. It needed the whole flooring needed to be redone in the rooms. And he did have some flooring when he first walked in the door that was already pulled up that wasn't finished. So it was some unfinished flooring. And then he had a few, cosmetic things.
Sure.
It wasn't just terrible though.
Got it.
We agreed to $245, and I got it into contract that day. And then I had sent that to the title company that I was using, and then submitted only $100 earnest money deposit. So that's how much I put my earnest money deposit.
Good.
Yep. And so after this, it gets a little bumpy in the road, and I had to really.
Okay, so Brooklyn, before you get into the bumpy road, I want people to understand. So you do driving for dollars. How many hours are you driving for dollars per day? How many address do you collect per day?
So I'll drive for dollars about 4 to 5 hours a day, and I would collect about 200 to 300.
Dang.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you DM me and saying that, hey, Khang, I talked to 10 people, 20 people, 100 people. Hey, Khang, I drive for dollars for 3 days already. I got no deal. I'm going to give up. And this is what I got to say to you. Get out of here, man. Okay, now, Brooklyn, I want to know how good you are at negotiating real quick here. So what did the seller ask for? What was his asking price?
So at first his asking price was at 240.
Oh, wait.
And
Okay.
yeah. And
Okay.
I was like, and then right before I actually got to his house, he was like, I don't want to um lie to you, but I just got an offer of 250. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, well, I still would like to see the property. So then he was like, when I got there and saw everything, I was like, well, can you do 245? And that's where I went from there. But it gets better though. It gets better.
Okay. But okay, gotcha. But Brooklyn, I want to know is how did he go from 250 to accepting your 245? What did you say to him? You
Because
you brought some chocolate with you?
no, I was like, hey, I'm here today. I'm ready. I had the contract in my hand. I was ready to go. I was like, you might not accept my offer, and then the other person might see it tomorrow and they might not even want it, but I'm here and I do want it today. So
Nice.
let's just get it done today. And he was like, okay.
Nice. I like you leverage that. Fear of loss. Love it. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that under contract and everything. And then I started sending it out to buyers the next day.
Okay.
And I got a buyer within an hour.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. And bro, so what's the rehab on the deal?
So the rehab was actually like 50 to 55,000.
How did you know?
Just by my mentor, by him giving
Got
me
it.
advice. And by the way, when I got it under contract, he told me straight up, he was like, this is a pretty tight deal. It
Okay.
really was a tight deal.
Got it.
So and you'll see how I learned at the end that it was a tight deal and I needed
I
to
love
come
it.
down.
Okay, so you got under contract for 245. The rehab is 50 to 55,000. And what did you send it out? What did you initially send it out to the buyer for?
So I initially sent it out for 265.
Hold on a second. So 265. What's the ARV on the property?
The ARV was like 338, so it was like
Okay.
pretty tight.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I was like, maybe I'll find a hedge fund buyer for this or something.
Got it.
That's
Okay.
what I was thinking.
Got it.
So yeah, I sent it out, and then this other guy was like, one guy was like, yeah, I'll do 265 with a 2-day option period. And then another guy was like, well, I'll give you 270 with a 1-day option period. So I was like, okay, I'll just do 270 1-day option period and let's get that done. So I signed the contract for that and got it sent over. And this is a company that has other buyers. I don't know if you want me to disclose the name of the company.
How whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna disclose it
Okay.
just because
Sure.
I
Wait, so hold on. So, Brooklyn, you sent it out for 265. Found the buyer within an hour for how much?
270.
So he offered you more than what you sent it out for?
Yes.
Why?
I think because it was just a good area, honestly.
Well, right, I understand that, but why doesn't the buyer comes back and say, "Okay, I accept your 265"? Why does he say he wants to pay you more?
No, because another guy. So I said I just got an offer of 265, and then
Got
he
it.
was
Got
like,
it.
"Well," and then he started asking me, "Well, how long is the option period?" And I said it's 2 days, and then he was
Got it.
like, "Well, I'll do 1-day option period and do 270," and that's how we got it. It was two separate buyers.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
So in this company, by the way, just to give you a breakdown, they are a big wholesaling company and they have bigger buyers that they connected. So it was kind of like I basically, gave the contract to them and they found a buyer. It was their buyer. So everything was going good, and next day the buyer and I and the company, one of the sales reps or something like that, they come out and walk the property and they see the property. Everything was good.
Okay.
We get to closing day, which was July the 29th.
Okay.
That was closing day. So closing day, everybody signs the documents. Everything's good to go.
Okay.
And I texted you and I was like, hey, I was supposed to get 25,000 off of it. I was like, hey, Everything was signed. HUD was signed. Everything was good. Buyer and seller both signed. And I said, but the wire hasn't been sent. But it was a Friday, so I was like, well, maybe he'll send it on Monday.
Sure.
Monday comes, and then they're like, hey, our buyer backed out. So I was like, so do y'all have another buyer? Like,
Okay.
what's going on? Because it was just weird how he signed all the closing documents and everything, was good to go.
Right.
And
Wait. Hold on a second. Brooklyn, how much was the non-refundable or earnest money did the buyer deposit?
5,000.
Did they end up losing the 5K?
Yes, I got the 5,000.
Good. Okay. So hey, you pay $600 for the coaching, and in return you made 18,000. Not bad.
Yeah.
No, hold on. So Brooklyn, 8,000, does that also include the 5,000 or no?
Yes, that includes it.
Oh, okay. So so keep going. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So wait, so buyer backed out, buyer lose their deposit of the 5,000, so that 5Gs go to you, and now you market again to find another buyer.
Yeah, so they actually told me they had another buyer lined up.
Okay.
It was on Monday, and I was pretty upset that day. Like, it was my birthday that day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, I just lost a deal, and this is my first deal," and I was just like, "This is terrible." So they were like, "Well, we have another buyer," and they texted me at like 6:30, and they were like, "Can the buyer come see it at 7?" And I just dropped everything I was doing, and I was like, "Yes, he can come see it." And I texted the seller, and I was like, "Hey, can we come by?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I got there at 7, and he walked the property, and everything seemed to be good.
Okay.
But then in the company told me, "Hey, he's gonna sign the papers tonight, and we're gonna close on Wednesday," because this was a Monday, August the 1st. So they're like, "We're gonna close on Wednesday," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And they never signed the papers. So I was like, what is going on? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, this is getting frustrating at this point because my seller is like, what's going on? Where's my money at? I've signed my papers. What's going on? So I'm trying to, calm the seller down, and I'm dealing with this at the same time. And this is all new to me. My first wholesale deal. Whole time I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why can't I have the magical hey, I got my check, and just so many thoughts and emotions going through my head.
I hear you.
And so they were like, the buyer wants to do the buyer that they had, the new buyer. They said the buyer wants to do 250,000, and he won't go up from that. So we went from 270,000 to 250,000, and then they were like, and if we do 250,000, you're really going to get 245,000 because we need to make $5,000 off of this. And I was like, first of all, why are y'all trying to make money off of this when y'all messed up this deal? I was pretty upset. I was like, why do you even care about making money at this point? Like, this, we're dealing with a seller that is ready to get out of his home. He's canceled movers 3 times, and I was getting pretty upset. And then they're like, that's just our policy. I was like, y'all can't, miss out on 5,000 this one time for all the inconvenience, And they were like, well, I'll talk to my GM, and I know he probably never talked to the GM, but I don't know. But I was like, okay, let me try to talk the seller down so I can at least make something off the deal. So then I called him, and I was like, hey, can I get you down to 235 and we can close on Wednesday? Because that's what they promised me. Because this was on Tuesday, the next day, where they were like, hey, he's not signing and everything like that. So they were like, if you get him down and you want to make some money off of it, get him down so you can make your money, and then we'll tell our buyer 250. So I would have made 10 grand if I would have got the seller down to 235, and I would have got 245. Does that make sense? Because they have to make 5,000 off their
Correct. Deal. Yep.
So that's why they were like.
So okay, so Brooklyn, what I want to know is, how much did you get the seller to come down to?
I got the seller to. So first, I got him down to 235, and
Yep.
then that buyer completely backed out again. So I dealt with two buyers backing out again. Yeah. So
Okay.
then, I talked to the title company that had the title ready to go, and I was like, "Hey, this is what I'm dealing with," and then they were like, well, we do have some investors that we can connect you with that can will probably take the property. So then I talked to a few and they offered like 213, so like way under.
Okay.
And then and then it was the next day, it was Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I just got to talk him down, or I just need to terminate this contract. The whole time, people were trying to take this deal from me. Like I had agents telling me, "Hey, can I talk to the owner?" It just got pretty
Yep.
messy.
Okay.
And so I had told the owner, I was like, "Hey, can you do 200,000? I promise we will close tomorrow." And I got him all the way down to 200,000, and then yeah, and then
Wow.
I ended up selling it to my buyer that the title company helped me out with
Got
for
it.
213. So
Dang.
yeah,
Now, Brooklyn, you must have built really good relationship with the seller.
yes, for sure.
Okay. Because there's no way if I was a seller, I sign all my docs and you tell me the buyer has signed and it's closed, and all of a sudden you come back, we sign again, you renegotiate that. Oh, unless I really like you, Brooklyn, ain't gonna happen. So you must have built like amazing rapport with the seller.
Yeah, and he did say that. He was like, Brooklyn, I would not do this for anybody else, but I like you and I respect you, so I'll do it. And he was like, I'm just ready to get out of here. So he
Got it.
did. So,
Wow.
so
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I renegotiated with him twice. Had
Wow.
him sign, after the first contract, the first initial contract.
Yep.
Then I had him
Oh,
sign 235
yep.
and 200.
And then 200. Wow. Brooklyn, here's my question to you now is that, and obviously I understand, it's your first deal. The most important thing is just getting the deal done, regardless of how much you make. Obviously if you can make a lot, then it's just cherry on top, right? But it's just knowing the process. And once you're able to get it done, it's like, hey, I'm able to jump over this and whoa, right? Then everything becomes a reality. Your confidence is skyrocketing. Now you know that you can do this over and over again because you know the process. So you can just duplicate. But here's what I want to know: how long did you tie the property in the contract for, Brooklyn?
Um, like my inspection period, or
No, like yeah, like how long was your contract with the seller? Was it a 30 days, 40 days, 60 days?
so I just had the closing date set for July the 29th.
Right, but when you sign with the seller at the beginning, the closing date, what you guys agreed on? Like a 30, is it a 30 days, 60 days or what?
It was 2 weeks from the day we signed. A little bit over 2 weeks actually.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Now, did you mention the 2 weeks or the seller mentioned he wants the 2 weeks?
I just told him we'll close on this day.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Brooklyn, just for the future and for everyone that's listening, when I talk to the seller, like regardless of, listen, like when I first started out in this business, I thought that, hey, if I tell the seller I can close in 7 days, that I can get a better price. It's not true. Yes, you can leverage that, obviously to your benefit, and it really helps. Unless you have a buy in place, you don't want to make promise like that, and you don't want to put yourself in a tight situation where you only got 2 weeks to actually find a buyer for the deal. Typically, I ask the sellers, how quickly do you want to close? Most seller thinks 30 days, 45 days is a quick closing. Because you know why? Because they see property that sits on the market for, 3 months, 6 months until they sell. Because that's typically how it works when you list your property on the open market. It takes 3 to 6 months to actually sell your property. Now, obviously, when the market was really good, things close a lot quicker. Typically banks takes at least 45 to 60 days to close the transaction. So when you tell them you can close in 30 days or 45 days or sooner, if they ask for a fast closing, to them, that is fast, right? So you want to get as much time as possible, Brooklyn. So in case of something like this, see, this would have been an amazing deal. Because I think if someone would have came in and offer you, in that 260, 270, I think that is just You just haven't marketed enough to find the buyer for the deal. And if you would have got the seller to I mean, my whole thing is, it's your first deal, Brooklyn, and I would have done exactly what you would have done. It's just to get this deal done. But if I build knowing what I know today, if I build really good rapport with the seller, I would have came back to the seller and I said, hey, Brooklyn, so here's what's going on, Brooklyn. Obviously, we want to make this work, but I really need your help. So Brooklyn, what if I release $1,000 to you, and this is non-refundable, and this doesn't, I'm going to give you the $1,000, but could you, Brooklyn? So we're going to sign at the 200,000, but could you give me an extra 30 days to actually get this done? Would that work for you? So you're using $1,000 to buy more time. And if you lock it out in a contract for 200,000, I'm sure you can, it seems like you can find someone at that 240, 250. Now you're making just that 1,000 that you gave to the seller buys you more time. Worst case is you're going to sell it at that 213 or so. But I'm just saying, obviously it buys you more time. Now it gives you more room to breathe, to find obviously a retail buyers for this deal. And, that extra 30 days could have made you an extra, 20, 30 G's. Just saying.
I did have a buyer actually at 280.
Damn.
Yeah. And, but he couldn't close until like 21 days. But the thing with the seller, he was just like, I have bills to pay. I have money to give to people. So he was like, I need the money. Like he got pretty upset at the end. He was like, I need the money in my account. Day. So that's, what I was dealing with. But knowing that now, that's a really good tip. And I could have probably gave him like $2,000 to take care of what you could to do.
Yep. No. And Brooklyn, I mean, you pretty much just said it right there. A lot of people will say, I need to pay all these bills. To them, $700 a lot of bills to pay, $1,000 a lot of bills to pay. And just exactly what you just said, Brooklyn. Hey, and I'm sorry, and I appreciate that you working with with me on this. What if I do this? What if I take $2,000 out of my pocket and I can just send it over to you right now, or whatever it is, release it to you. It's non-refundable. So you can take care of your bills. Just give me an extra, 30 days or so for me to get this done. And I promise it'll be done. But yes. Yeah. So that's what I would do. A lot of times I use it to, obviously, it's just negotiates. It's just to buy myself more time. But on this deal here, it seems like you can make just a lot more.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. No problem. I mean, that's pretty much a wrap. So Brooklyn, for anyone that are starting out, and I think, a lot of times, sometimes, when you start out with the hardest, the rest will be easy. When you start out with an easy one, so a lot of times, it is a blessing in disguise. When I first started my real estate journey, Brooklyn, I took on all the big rehab, right? I did fire damage house. And then I bought house where you have to go in there. I got to jack the house up, pour new foundation. And typically it's not a good thing for new investors. For those who wants to fix and flip, when you're new into the game, first, you should do cosmetic only. So you can learn, right? So that way you take on lesser risk. But I just jump all in, and I just take on major rehab. But it taught me a lot. Just with one flip, it taught me so much. So exactly what it is, just with you. So Brooklyn, to everyone that are starting out, know what you know, gone through all that had a mess. What advice, tips would you give them to help them, along the journey, obviously, and get their deals within the next 30 to 60 days?
I would definitely say find a marketing strategy that you're comfortable with. Definitely, like I had to find that texting was what I was comfortable with, and that's okay. Not everybody's okay. Not everybody wants a cold call. Not everybody wants a direct mail. So definitely find something you're comfortable with. And I would say stay consistent with whatever that is, and keep on every single day. Just keep on marketing, keep on talking to people, reaching out, and you'll definitely get that deal that you're hunting for sure.
Love it. So for those of you who's watching, who's trying to get your first deal done and you've been struggling, Here's the free, this is a 15-minute free training class that I basically created for you. Just go to WTMclass.com. It's a 15-minute where I break down what wholesaling is, how to close your first deal. I kind of share with you a little bit about my systems and my teams and how things work. So go to WTMclass.com. All it's going to cost you is 15 minutes of your time. Now, Brooklyn, how can people connect with you and deal with you?
You can reach out to me on Instagram. I have an Instagram account called Brooklyn's Estates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I formed my LLC and everything. So I'm really, really pumped and, trying to get more deals just like you guys. And I definitely love to answer any questions that anyone has. So you can reach out to me there. Also, my Instagram account, my shoot Instagram account, BGB Kicks. If you want to reach out to me there, that's fine with me too. So, yeah.
I love it, Brooklyn. Thank you so much for jumping on here and taking your precious time to do this and giving back to the people. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Brooklyn, let's what?
Get this money.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn. Take care. I'll see you all. Yep. Later.